Hits for the pound.
Yeah, this is how we do it in the Central Colors, man. We got 40 ounces, Old English, rag tops, 6'4" Impalas, and bikini girls, man. This is how we do it on the West Coast. San Diego, San Francisco, Los Angeles. But don't forget about the Central Cali, man. Please don't forget about the Central Cali. Yeah, get 'em.
It's another sunny day in the state of California. Low rider palm trees and G's that put it on ya. This ain't a negative, we speaking ebonics. Rank talk, candy paint on D's with hydraulics. Baseball hat with the sticker on the brim. Don't let the sun blind your sight, cause things can get grim. But I'm not here to talk about banana clips and guns. We're going back to Cali and we're gonna have some fun. A West Coast domination.
And welcome back to Two-Face Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Fred Segura, out here in Monterey County, also known to the world as the Salad Bowl, also known as the Salinas Valley. To the people in LA, we are north. To the people in San Francisco, we are south. Right smack in the middle, best of both worlds. Don't forget about the Central Cali. Anyway, folks, today we are going to talk about opportunities, right? So, those of you of age and those of you who may not know, in the 80s, there was a band that called themselves the Pet Shop Boys. The Pet Shop Boys, right? I'm not going to get into the origin of how they came about that name. The important thing is they had numerous hits. One of their biggest hits was the song Opportunities, which in the lyrics, which I'm not going to sing here, guys, trust me, you don't want to hear me sing. So the lyrics are, it says, I've got the brains, you got the brawn, let's make lots of money. I could program a computer, we'll make the perfect plan, and so on and so forth. And there's opportunities. If you know where to look, you'll find them, kind of deal. That's what the song is stating. So, with that being said, this is where I'm at with the situation, being that this podcast is titled, this podcast, and so the origins is of music. We're going there, and I'm just using it as an example, guys. Please don't lose interest in that part because it could work for anything that you do. But I'm just happen to be using the music side of things, right? So again, as I've stated plenty of times before on this channel, here's the situation. Let's get one thing straight and let's clear this up. There's an artist, and then there's a composer, and then there's a producer. Then the artist, usually will write their own stuff. If there's not, you have the writers as well, so on and so forth. That's just the nature of the beast. That's the way it works, right? The composer being, the producer's not the guy or the female, whatever it is. It's not the person that makes the beat. The composer's the one that makes the beat. So therefore, let's move forward with that. So what happens is, let me just put you guys at this, plain and simple. The person with the studio, right? They charge. I understand equipment cost. I understand that stuff. I understand that the time costs, so on and so forth. Right? Let's get that out of the way, right? It does cost money, and yeah, there's times I've paid a lot of money for studio time and beats and so on and so forth, right? Sometimes overcharged. Sometimes the engineer will try to be milking it to get whatever he can out of you. It just really depends on where you go. That's the unfortunate part about it. And sometimes it could be a bad situation. But anyhow, with that being said, getting back to and I'll round it off to the opportunity story I'm talking about, guys. You have let's just say, for example, you're a composer, a person who makes the beats, and you have a studio, and so on and so forth. But along comes this artist, whether it be a singing artist, a rap artist, something to contribute to your sound, right? Oftentimes, they'll be like, well, I charge, right? By that being said, I understand. But if that artist, and you see that person can take you somewhere, that person can make something happen for you. That's probably the best artist you've heard. I've had it happen myself. I've ran across perhaps maybe one that I felt like, wow, This person can really go somewhere, and he did. He blew it later on, but he went there. So I was right. I digress. So anyhow, the situation is this. But let's build a scenario. Let's say that artist is very talented, is really great at what he does, he or she does, whatever the situation is, and you're like, wow, wow, we can really do something here. But the composer says, well, you know what, hey, but I need to charge you, man. I need to charge you. I can't be doing it for free. The old infamous speech, you got to invest in yourself. My kids got to eat too. Yada, yada, yada. I get it. I get it. I'm not going to say anything about that, right? However, as I've stated here before, that same composer that makes beats and makes studios, if somebody was to walk in a room that has connections to bigger named artists and so on and so forth, I've seen them load up a flash drive or before a CD with all their beats. Hey, you know what? Hey, here, something? Hey, you let them check it out. They can rap on anything. You don't gotta pay me. You just make sure they give me the credit for it, right? So where's your firm stance on being paid for your time? See, he or she's seeking the benefit for them. He could have donated that time to the artist that could probably take him somewhere. But he don't believe in that artist, as much as he or she says they do. Therefore, it becomes a problem. And sometimes, just to bring it back, you can miss on an opportunity in that situation. One of the biggest things I've seen, and the biggest problem, people say, the crab in the barrel syndrome, when it comes to local artists and so forth. And it's not just in my local neck of the woods, it's everywhere. Trust me, I've seen it. One of the biggest things is that just messes everything up is ego. Egos in people, right? Well, I need to charge this much and I need to get this much. Well, you know what? Granted, I understand it to an extent, right? But at the same time, I've seen people take artists under the wing and be like, hey, well, you know what? Because they see the talent in it. So there is people that shoot for those opportunities, and opportunities because they see the sense, they see the talent in somebody. There's a passion behind it. They see the opportunity, and all they need is that extra push, that extra help that you can probably provide them with, right? But oftentimes ego's like, oh no, you need this and that, and then especially if they got a friend that comes in and is talking on their ear and be like, oh, you know what, yeah, saying all these bad things, it just makes the situation worse. At the end of it all, it's just we miss out on opportunities. Hence, back to what I'm saying about the song, and you know what, go check it out, guys. Go check out the song, listen to the lyrics, how true it is, and again, it is just any situation at hand. On top of that, let's just put it that way. It's not just has to deal with music. It could be anything. Oftentimes we will let an opportunity slip by because we are just egotistical and so stuck on being paid today. Then rather than to, it's like the race between the rabbit and the turtle, and then sometimes people sit around going, oh, well, why, why hasn't this happened for me? I've been doing good. Well, you know what? You just let opportunities slip through your fingers. That's what happened. You could have made something happen with this artist, but you didn't. You decided to push them aside and work with these other artists, thinking these artists were going to take you somewhere. Those artists took you nowhere. They only brought you problems. So therefore, again, we lose an opportunity. right? Hence back again to the song. You got the brains, I got the bronze. I can program a computer, you can do, you will work the perfect plan. You got the brains, I got the money, or whatever the situation is. You got the brains, you got the talent, I got the studio. Let's make lots of money. Let's get it together. But that's often seldom heard, unfortunately. And then we wonder why things don't go the way we want them sometimes. Opportunity is seriously a bad thing to let go of. And sometimes we look back and we realize like, oh, wow. You see it later on. Be it the artist that didn't appreciate it, or be it the composer that didn't appreciate it, whichever way it goes, right? But at that point, it's just pretty much a issue that's gone, an opportunity that came and went. It's pretty much like trust. Trust is you get a piece of paper, a nice clean sheet of paper, right? That's trust. You crinkle it up, make it into a ball, and then you decide, well, maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe you put it back out again, try to make it as flat as you can, but yet now it got some wrinkles. That's the trust. It's just never the same again. So therefore, it just changes the dynamics of the opportunity, and that was an opportunity that got away, or was let slip through the fingers, or maybe the composer refuses to want to work with that artist again, or the artist refuses to work with that composer again, for those very reasons. It could be civil, it could be cool, it could be like the piece of paper. Okay, yeah, we're cool, but it's just not the same no more, and it's a done issue. It's a done issue. So please don't let opportunities go by, man. Opportunities, sometimes, we got to put our ego aside. We got to understand that, hey, you know what? It's either I'm going to make, X amount of money right now, or I'm going to make a lot more money later on by investing into this. Hence, investing into yourself. You got to know when. Investing in yourself does not mean give me the money so I could do this for you and then you're going to be fine after that. No. It's a team effort. That's the misunderstanding of investing in yourself. As some of you have seen me on social media that follow me, and some of you who know me personally, I've met a lot of famous people. I've rubbed elbows with famous people. That doesn't change who I am. I'm still the same guy, At the end of it all, it's you keep moving forward. You keep moving forward. I don't bank on these people to make me, to push me forward on top of that. I'm doing my own thing, So therefore, it's not something that I'm proud of these accomplishments, but it's what I love to do. And I've ventured off into something else, guys. I forgot where I was going with this. I'm sorry. But anyhow, what I'm getting at is that at the end of it all, don't let opportunities slip you by. Don't let it pass you by, because you might be closing the door on your, maybe that was your dream, your door to the dream come true. That door was open for your dream to come true. It was put in your path for a reason, and you closed the door on that. That's all I got to say about that, guys. I mean, really, at the end of it all, that's just a harsh reality, guys, and it's unfortunate sometimes because we always want to see, quote unquote, a blessing in a financial way, right? That, oh, I'm blessed. Sometimes it's little blessings that come in, and it's just that door's open for you to walk right through it, and sometimes we ourselves close the door on there. So we need to be real careful. We need to, maybe stop and think, really look at things, really see what can happen. And you know what? And if it doesn't work out, you know, say you take that chance and it doesn't work out, you won't go through life saying, what if? You tried. That's more than what a lot of other people can say or have done, right? With that, this is Two Fish Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Fred Segura, signing out.
Yo, you know what it is, man. Petty Vega Grindhouse. We back up in it, we back up in it. 30 plus years, nothing's changed. Two-Face, there is no such thing as father time. We age it like fine wine. It's so sweet and divine. And let us sterilate your mind. We time this like the glass that you put us in the fine wine. Take a sip of percentage and ask me how you manage. It's always shining, it's burning up my chest to the core. So therefore I can't be ignored with the Conan sword. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm the predator. My blood is turning Two-Face green. Check my temperature, you ready for the lecture? As I come with the stretcher. Knowledge is the key to everything, so watch your temper. When it comes to the storyteller, I am the treasure. I'm in the laboratory, so please call me Dexter. The music is my pleasure. For 30 years strong, it's Two-Face ghetto ballin' to the heart with golden arms and flyer. We the ravens up in the sky. We ain't gon' stop till I retire.
Just a song before I go, to whom it may concern. Haters shake the fist, suckers preaching me rolling. Why you so mad? Why you so serious? Shit in my rear view like the slow and delirious. Keep on mashing, getting plenty action. The home of the G's and pimps, I love it with a passion. Throw it up, it's California, where the sun lays to rest like every day. The home of the color rack, swap meets and bangers. Chuck Taylor's Lolos and them real dope slangers. This is reality, it's where I stay. Along the Pacific in the state of CA. Golden State, from Frisco to Compton and back to Central Cali where the party keeps rocking. It's a California state of mind, and you can't be mad, that's just how we ride. Golden State.